the channel, guys. Thanks for all the new subscribers. And I guess in today's episode, we're going to be...
Hey, hang on a second. What's going on here? That's my line. What's going on? She's taken over.
Trying to.
All right, let's go and see what we're doing today. We're going to start on these pans, and we're going to punch some holes with this guy here. And we've got to do some marking and get cracking. Let's do it. So, holes, punch them out.
I can mark every 50 mil.
Yep, that'll do it. So this is the idea. This is where we're going to put our spot welds. So that's pretty much it for the punching of the holes. Now the idea is we don't want just one hole because you don't get enough penetration with a welder. So they're a bit bigger than they need to be, but that's all right. And yeah, next stage now is we're just going to trial fit them to the spine. We've got to flap off all this paint and put some copper spray down on here so that this doesn't rust, and then we can start plug welding away. All right. Well, we'll keep moving for now. Okay, guys, so Larz has left the building and we're going to get these things prepared for welding. As you can see, I've just flapped off a bit of the paint and we're going to put some copper spray along the rim. And yeah, we'll get that done. Just start taking these off. I'll also have modified one of my clamps so that I can get in here and clamp along the side as I'm trying to put those in, so that'll come in handy. All right, so let's take these pans off and then we can start preparing the lip underneath. Another little trick that I've done is I've actually gone and punched some holes through the spine just for where the seat stays are, because you can't actually get in here to grind your plug welds back, so it's actually easier to just reverse it and then you can weld it from the underneath just on that little section there and then grind them from the underneath, so you're not going to have to worry about, you know, this section here trying to get them all nice and smooth. So the other seat frame, I'm not going to weld that in yet, I'll do it later because I'll have to get some other seats. I've got a couple of anomalies here because both these seats aren't the same and I'm not sure exactly what the deal is here. You know, one's got I don't know, we'll have to work it out. I've got another set of seats up at Mum and Dad's place, but these ones are a little bit curved. That one seems to be straighter. The backs seem to be, like, I'm sure this is a 56 seat, but I'm not sure about that one. So, but they were both originally in the car, so I think they are the same. It's just the seat frame. This pattern seems to be different on both of them. So I don't know if anyone can comment on the seats, see what they think. But they were both in the car, so I do think they are right. But just maybe someone's modified the back on that one, I don't know. anyway, we'll get to that at a later stage. So let's just get copper spray on this part here, and we'll get that all sorted out. Now with that. Alright, so let's pop these back on now. And see if we have to do any more modifications. We didn't do the front. Oopsie. Got a couple more punches to do just at the front here. So we have got this thing ready to weld. I've done a couple of tacks just here. Got a couple of clamps. I had to extend that long clamp. Didn't quite reach over in the corner there, but anyway, that's actually worked really well. Clamped it. Yeah, let's start buzzing all these welds in. Give it a crack. Alright, just show you quickly what I've done here. You can see, reasonably flat welds, which is good. Means I've got the welder nicely set up. That's all pretty good there. We've just got this section here to go, and then we can run them down here. So, slow and steady. Okay, so now we are going to weld these bottom sections here, and obviously plug weld them from this side. So we'll put the clamp on, bang those up, and then job's done. Okay, so on to pan 2. I've got that one clamped in, just made sure that we're reasonably well in the corners, and we're looking good, so let's weld away. Get me gloves. let's flip her over and do the other side. Okay guys, so we are pretty much done with this. I suppose the next thing, I need to put the other seat frame in, as I think they must just pack them on top of each other to get the packaging thinner, so hence why they don't put this framework on this side. But anyway, yeah, we'll get that welded in now and continue. Guys, one of the next things I decided I probably should do is, this plate was actually not on the side of the pan. Obviously it's just a generic pan, so we're obviously making it into a right-hand drive. So I actually cut this piece off the old pan, which I'll just show you out here, and that was basically living in this spot just here like so at the front. And what I have to do is obviously work out exactly where the pedals are going to go, because that's the mount you can see down there. And so I've just assembled the pedals. I gave them a quick sandblast because they were covered in grease, and I just wanted to make sure everything was going to work properly. But you can see now I've made a couple of texture marks down there. I can drill those holes and then weld this plate on the underside of the pan. Now I don't know why there's two sets of holes. I'm only going to obviously drill these two here, but yeah, on the original pan there was another set of holes which would have ended up over here somewhere. Don't know, not sure what that's all about, but anyway, I'm just going to do two holes for now, and if I mean, I can't see anything here that would need that second set, so yeah, unless it's got something to do with the master cylinder, but I'm pretty sure it doesn't, because that's that one there. Anyway, let's take this assembly out now, and I can then drill the holes and weld this from underneath. Righto, so here's the plate, a bit of copper spray on it, and you can see I've just drilled a whole lot of holes to plug weld, and we'll just run a bolt through to locate it so we know we're in the right spot, which is right there. Clamp. Done. Now we can weld. Give that a quick grind. Get you guys out of the way. All right, there you go, job done. So next is going to be the seat rails. Right, let's get onto that. Okay guys, so it's the next day and I'm continuing. I went and picked up the seats from my parents' place. So that's one of the seats there, and this is the other one here. They're in a lot better condition than these two. Yes, still some slight discrepancies in both of them, but I do think they're both early. Maybe someone can chime in and just let me know. But I know this one's got a little, you know, little bit of a U bend in the back of the spring on that one. That one's been cut out, so we can't really comment too much on that. But these ones here don't have that. They're just straight across there. I mean, they've got all the right markings. I just don't know. I don't know which one's early, which one's late. But I mean, both of these seats here were in the 56. So yeah, look, I think we're still good to use these ones. I mean, I can't see anything completely different. The only thing, one of these backrests on this one is got a slight curve in it, and this one's a bit straighter. But I don't know whether that's just been bent or not. Don't know. But anyway, they all fit the rails perfectly, so not an issue there. But I will use those two. I think they're just going to be better. What I'm doing now is just getting ready to weld on the other seat frame. So I've just done a ton of measurements, and interesting that the one that was from the factory, they're not square, which is a bit odd, and I thought they would have been. But if you take a a ruler across the top here. Sorry that this is going to be in millimeters, but that's just the way we roll. That is 39 mils at the front, and then you go to the back and it's 39.5, so they're not actually square, which is interesting. So I'm just going to replicate this exactly on that side. I have put that seat, or both of these seats, onto here, and they fit perfect, so they slide back and forth, no worries. So that's what I'm going to do with that one. I've pretty much just measured it all out on the pan with some texture, and what I'll do now is obviously plug weld it from the other side, take these away, and just drill some holes down through here, and then we will just, I suppose, put one part at a time and clamp it and weld it from the backside. So let's get that done. If you want to save your drill bits, always use cutting fluid. Just dip it in. They'll just last a lot longer. Righto, so a little bit of copper spray, same on the underneath of what it's going to be welded to. So we might just start with the straight one because we know we can't really stuff that up. I know that has to go right there and I've marked it. So we'll just clamp that here. Let's flip this over and make sure we've got that in position properly, which we do. Nice penetration. You can see those dots all the way. That's done a good job. A good job. Okay, so I've got it sorted. The frame was perfect. It's just the seats, the seat frames are just a little bit bent on those parts that go like that. So you just got to move them up and down with a screwdriver. Got them to work. I mean, they're not 100% perfect, but I think once we grease them up and you're actually sitting with your weight on them, you'll be able to slide them back and forth. So anyway, let's weld the rest of these suckers in and go from there. Okay, so that is done. You can see there I've just gone and sanded all that back nice and flush. Obviously we want this to, you know, look primo. Once it's painted, you don't want to see any evidence that it's been tampered with underneath. So, you know, spend a little bit more time just going through the grades of sandpaper to make it look that little bit nicer. Anyway, let's flip this back over now. At least that seat section is finito. Okay, we might as well strip these seats, get them sandblasted. You know, they're going to have to get ready to head off to the upholsterer anyway. So, yeah, let's get that done. Okay guys, so we've stripped these seat frames down. There's the base. We're just going to sandblast all of this stuff. I might just get this colour matched so then I can either powder coat all the seats or paint them. Probably just paint them in epoxy, I think. Powder coating, yeah, I'll probably have to fire up the big oven. Don't want to do that really. Mechanism, everything works on these, which is really good. But yeah, let's just give them a blast. We'll pull apart the other seat too and go from there. Guys, there we go. That's one out of the sandblaster, and she's come up pretty good. No issues with this seat, and the springs are all in really good condition too, which is fantastic. So that one I will paint the spring sections. Well, I'll just take them off the frame, paint them black, and then paint the frames the off-white, whatever colour they're supposed to be. So I'll get that sorted. Yeah, keep going from there. I reckon I can tell it's offshore, and that means only one thing: I'm going surfing. I will see you guys in the next episode, and we'll see you